I've just come back from Indonesia. I go there several times a year, and I had just something wonderful happen there. I was just about to speak at a church right in the interior of Indonesia, and somebody said, there's a woman here with a baby. Well, there's a lot of babies in Indonesia, but then I remembered something, and what it was in the year 2001, and I went to Indonesia, and God gave me knowledge, or what we call a word of knowledge, that there was a woman there that had lost 3 children. Now, in my mind, I thought she had miscarried 3 times. And so I prayed for her. I can't remember exactly how I prayed. Perhaps I broke some curse off her. And then I came back to New Zealand. Then I was visiting Indonesia again 8 months later. And I was asking who was healed the last time I was here. And this woman put up her hand along with several others. And I said to her, look, I remember you. Are you pregnant? Are you expecting? And she says, no, I'm not expecting, but I know that I'm going to have a child. And I thought, what faith, what wonderful faith. Well, I perhaps didn't think too much about it, but this year I was back in Indonesia, back in that same church. I hadn't visited that church for nearly 4 years. And they said just before I was going to speak, there's a woman here that's got a child. And then I remembered, and so it just was a great joy to meet this woman. She must have been just about pregnant, or just pregnant, when she shared with me, I know that I'm going to have a child. And there she was with a little boy of perhaps, I think the little boy was around 3 years old, or approaching 3. And we'll just bring it up on the screen for you just to see this little boy. I've titled the picture, Lost 3, Now Has a Child. But I found out something more. This woman, I thought, had miscarried 3 times, but actually she'd given birth 3 times, and the children had not lived to the age of 1. Now, I'm not a woman, but I understand, and I know situations where women have had miscarriages, and it's a great grief to them. But how much more when you actually birth a child? The child smiles at you, you nurture that child, you feed that child, and then that child dies. And God had made adjustments in this woman's body. Whatever was happening physiologically was no longer happening. Her body was working well, and she had a child.